What's happening, my Jack family? Coach Scott here, JackedAfter40.com. 2019 is coming to an end. It's been an incredible year where I have seen the greatest improvements to my physique that I have experienced in a couple decades, and I have never, ever had more fun throughout the transformation process as I've had this year. So I thought I'd take a moment to reflect on this past year and share the top 5 lessons that I've learned about getting jacked after 40 this past year. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. You want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. More than anything, I want to hear from you down in the comment section below. Let me know the lessons that you learned this past year that have had the greatest impact on you, your physique, and your jacked after 40 life. Lesson number 1 has been the importance of getting lean and then staying lean throughout the muscle building process for men over 40. Throughout 2019, I've spent hardly any time in a caloric deficit at all. Most of my time was spent in a gentle caloric surplus building muscle, followed by a couple months in maintenance mode where I was really solidifying those muscle gains, and then just a 4-week cutting phase where I was in a caloric deficit, shedding that minimal amount of fat that I had gained during the muscle building process. And then here I am in maintenance mode, living life to the fullest, excited to take what I've learned from 2019 to make 2020 even better than ever. I really believe that spending most of the year in a gentle caloric surplus and maintenance really put my body in an optimal state to build and improve. If I had years past gone through longer caloric deficits, like longer cutting phases that lasted up to 12 weeks, you run a risk of losing some muscle during that time, and you spend more time in a cutting phase, which means less time building and maintaining your physique. So lesson number 1 that I learned, definitely get lean, make that your top priority, whatever it takes to get there, was 12 weeks, 16 weeks, get lean. Focus your attention to do whatever it takes to get there, and then stay lean while you're building muscle and improving your physique. And really plan out that year where you, once you get lean, that you really have to spend minimal time for the rest of your life in diet mode. Just, it's so much more, life is so much more enjoyable when you don't have to diet. Dieting freaking sucks. So get it done, get it over with, and then have to spend very little time ever having to think about dieting again in the future. Lesson number 2 has been the muscle building benefits of specialized training for men over 40. Let's face it, for us men over 40, muscle gains come at a painfully slow rate, and a lot of that has to do with our body's limited amount of resources to help us recover, repair, rebuild, and grow our muscles. And when we're trying to build every muscle group at the same time, each muscle group is fighting for those limited amount of resources. So when you take part in a specialized training phase where you focus on one major muscle group and maybe one secondary muscle group, most of your body's resources are being directed towards those muscle groups. So you can train those muscle groups with higher volume and dial back the volume on all other muscle groups. It's been an incredible experience. I started off the year with 3 different specialized training phases. I did back and biceps for 4 weeks, chest and triceps for 4 weeks, and then legs and shoulders for 4 weeks. And I think a lot of the success I experienced this year kicked off with those phases there. I think those phases played a tremendous role in the success that I've had. What I learned from that experience is that in 2020, I'm going to spread out those specialized training phases. So I may do back and biceps 1 month, and then I won't do another specialized training phase for a few more months. And a lot of that has to do with the fun factor as well. By the time I got to legs and shoulders for that specialized phase, I had kind of had enough of specialized training, but I wanted to commit, I committed to it, and I wanted to follow through to the end with the focus of specialized training. But as effective as it is, I think it's going to be even more effective this upcoming year when I spread them out. So specialized training, I definitely think that you should plan on incorporating it in your upcoming training phase this year. If you want to follow the exact same specialized training phases that I've had, you can find them on the Jacked After 40 website. I'll link to them down below. A lot of fun. It's a blast. It was an eye-opening experience that I am absolutely certain you will enjoy. Lesson number 3 is to think outside of the box when it comes to your training split, and to not be afraid to break free from the traditional splits that you typically see out there, whether it's a body part split routine, full body workouts, upper lower, push-pull legs or even upper-lower push-pull legs, the kind of traditional splits that you are accustomed to seeing. Break free from that and don't feel like you have to evenly distribute your volume throughout the week either when your training frequency is hitting a muscle group more than once per week. If you've been following this channel for the past year, you've seen all kinds of unique training splits, starting with the specialized training for those first 3 months. Then in the springtime, I had that first time where I really published this unique split where I took a punish and prod approach of hitting each muscle group twice per week. I then moved on to a high frequency full body workout for men over 40, and then moved on to the max recovery approach for men over 40, where you punish and prod, much like I did with the other unique training split, but you're hitting it with a high volume one workout and then distributing it with prodding workouts twice later on in the week. Again, it's just have fun with your training splits. Don't feel locked into a calendar week. Don't feel locked into distributing your volume evenly throughout the week. Get creative with your approach. Really, there's no right or wrong out there. The greatest joy in this process is through self-discovery, to experimenting and seeing how your body responds to all these different splits. Again, if you want to try 2 of those different splits there, the unique training split where you're punishing once a week and prodding once a week, or if you want to do the max recovery one where you're punishing once a week and prodding twice a week, both of those are options in the Jacked After 40 Shred System. I'll link down below as well there in the description. But more than anything, I just want you to have fun experimenting and stepping outside of the box when it comes to your training splits. Lesson number 4 is the importance of gym atmosphere. Now, I absolutely loved the gym that I used to belong to for the past 15 plus years. The equipment was amazing, the people were great, had lots of friends there, lots of good things to say about it, but I think part of the issue was that I had one of the better physiques there. There weren't a lot of physiques out there that inspired me. The work ethic was kind of mediocre for the most part all around me. There weren't people encouraging me to step outside of my comfort zone, to test my limits, to push harder. There were some, but it wasn't a lot. Most of the time I was going through there, just kind of found myself going through the motions and not really fired up to give more of myself to my training. So I switched gyms to a more hardcore bodybuilding gym. It's a 25-minute drive away, but it is absolutely phenomenal. The work ethic in this gym is off the charts. The men and women, all of them, kicking ass and encouraging each other. You hear people telling, come on, get it, go after it. Even complete strangers, it's freaking amazing. And so not only is the work ethic incredible, but most of the physiques there. I mean, I went from a gym where my physique was one of the best to a gym where 95% of the people have a better physique than me. So there's a lot to inspire me there and aspire to. So make sure that you choose your gym wisely. Yeah, convenience is a great thing. It was nice that this gym was just a 5-minute walk for me, but now I'm driving 25 minutes and I am finding it's worth it because my training has been taken to the next level and I'm having fun again. I'm having more fun than I've ever had before, and a lot of it has to do with that atmosphere and the camaraderie. And last but not least, lesson number 5, which is to get adventurous, travel more, and do more of what makes you tick. After all, this Jacked After 40 lifestyle is about living your life to the fullest. And what good is building a strong and impressive physique if you don't get to live your life to the fullest? And this year, I was fortunate to go on multiple adventures. The first one being Hawaii, where I did lots of hiking, climbed to the top of craters, swam with some sea turtles, saw some whales jumping out of the water. It was a thrill of the lifetime. It really got me in tune with what makes me tick, which is being out in nature and the wonders of the world. And another amazing trip was to Nova Scotia, the east coast of Canada, where again I did a ton of hiking. We saw moose, fox, beaver, whales, and probably one of the highlights of my life was hiking the Cosman Trail with my daughter Noelle, where really we felt like we were on top of the world. Words will never express what we felt that day. The experience that we went through was an incredible bonding, connecting experience where we felt free. I think free kind of sums things up more than anything. It's just so impressive at the top of that mountain, just a ledge on each side where you could easily tumble down to your doom, and just looking out at the vastness of the world around us there was absolutely impressive. So do those things that bring you joy in the gym and help you transform your physique, but don't lose sight of the important things of why we do what we do there, and that really is to live our life to the fullest with zest, vitality, passion. Those are what's really important to us. So don't lose sight of those. Don't put that kind of stuff off for some future date. Take advantage of it now. It doesn't have to be a big expensive trip or traveling super far or anything. I think this year a lot of the experiences have been close to home and don't cost anything. I go bring Chief to a lot more conservation areas now. Just get outdoors and get in tune with the things that bring joy to my life, that resonate with the core of my being, and bring out the best in me. So do more of that kind of stuff in 2020 is the lesson I'm going to carry forward from 2019. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. And want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. More than anything, I want to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share the lessons that you learned from 2019 and what you're going to carry forward into 2020 to make it your best year ever. I can't thank you enough for sharing this experience with me, for helping make 2019 one of the best years I've ever experienced, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you in 2020. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Jacked After 40. Hope you have yourself an absolutely amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.